resultant of forces. So what is resultant of forces or resultant force? Suppose at any point or in any body a number of forces are acting. Now since many forces are acting on that body, it is difficult to analyze it. So what we do, we are interested in finding the net effect of those multiple forces. So the net effect or the net force of all those multiple forces acting at any point or on any body is called as resultant or the resultant of forces. So resultant force is what? Then in a multiple force system, the resultant force is a force which when applied has the same effect as the original system of forces. So this is called as resultant force. Now we need to learn the mathematics of finding the resultant of forces. So there are many methods of finding resultant of force. The most common methods are parallelogram law of forces, there are many methods of finding resultant of forces. The most common one are parallelogram law of forces, triangle law of forces and polygon law of forces. So let's learn these methods and the mathematics of how to find a resultant force. In the beginning, we are taking parallelogram law of forces. So what does this parallelogram law of forces says? It says if two forces are acting on a body and if these forces are represented by two sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal of the parallelogram will represent the resultant in direction and magnitude. It means if the two forces are represented by the two sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant will be the diagonal in the magnitude as well as in the direction. Okay, so in the figure, if you see, let's zoom the figure. Here what we are seeing, that two forces are acting at point A. These forces are F1 and F2. Okay, so now I need to find the resultant of these two forces. So what I do, I shift this force F2 at point B. This force F2 is shifted at point B. So now AB represents F1 and BD represents F2. This BD represents F2 as it is given here. So these F1 and F2, if we assume these as the two sides of the parallelogram, then what will happen? This diagonal AD will be the resultant. It means the net effect of these two forces will be represented by this diagonal AD. Let's say this resultant is R. This resultant is R. Now we need to find the length of diagonal AD. The length of diagonal AD will give me the resultant force R, and the length of AB is equal to the force F1. Similarly, the length of side BD is equal to force F2. So how to solve this? Let's see. In the figure, you can see that. Let me delete these. In this figure, you can see triangle ADC is a right angle triangle. That is triangle ADC is a right triangle. So the diagonal AD will be equal to this right angle triangle. You all know hypotenuse square is equal to square of base plus square of perpendicular. So I can write h square equal to r square. Why? Because hypotenuse equal to resultant. So r square equal to b square. What is b? Is what? Base. Base is what? AC square plus CD square. Okay, AC is the base and CD is the perpendicular. This AC I can write as AB plus BC whole square plus CD square. Now see in this figure, AB is what? F1. AB is equal to F1. What is BC? BC is what? F2 cos theta plus F2 cos theta whole square plus CD square. What is CD? CD is what? F2 sin theta. Okay, this theta is given to us. So this equals to r square. When you will open this bracket and solve, what you will find? You will find the expression as I am writing here. You will get r square equal to f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos theta. So this is the final answer. The resultant r square equal to f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos theta. Okay, and to find r we can make under root on the both side and we can find the r. Okay, so we have learned how to find resultant of two forces. The magnitude of the resultant of two forces will be given by r equal to under root of f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos theta. Now I need to find the angle of resultant. Say this angle is alpha. This angle is alpha. The angle of resultant. So what is this alpha? How can you find? It is very simple. We can find tan alpha is what? Perpendicular upon base. What is perpendicular? CD. What is CD? CD is equal to f2 sin theta. So I can write in here as f2 sin theta upon what is base? AB plus BC. AB is what? F1 and BC is what? F2 cos theta. So it will be equal to F1 plus F2 cos theta. So in this way we can find out alpha. Okay, so this tan alpha is found out, and by alpha is what? Tan inverse of this. Okay, so this is parallelogram law of forces, and the final formula that we derive from this parallelogram law of forces is what? Resultant r square equal to f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos theta, and the tan alpha equal to f2 sin theta upon f1 plus f2 cos theta. Clear? Okay, next this is the derivation which is given in the notes. You can find the notes in the comment box. Okay, so this formula r we know. Now we are going to discuss few cases. What we know, that resultant r equal to under root of f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos theta. Now theta is 0. So cos theta is 0 means cos 0 1. So it will become f1 plus f2 whole square, and r is what? R will be equal to under root of f1 plus f2 whole square. So under root will cancel the square and will become equal to f1 plus f2. So theta is 0 means if f1 is acting in this direction, then f2 is also acting in this direction. So very simple, we can understand by common sense that f1 and f2 will add to each other because theta is 0. Now what about if theta is 90 degree? That is a case 2. Case 2, theta is equal to 90 degree. Cos 90 is what? 0. So the formula of resultant R will be equal to under root of f1 square plus f2 square, and this cos theta will become 0. So when theta is 90 degree, R is equal to under root of f1 square plus f2 square, and this formula we will be using again and again. And the third one, when theta is equal to 180 degree. Now see here, when theta is equal to 180 degree, then one force is acting in this direction, say F1, and F2 is acting opposite to this, F2. Hence it makes an angle of 180 degree. Now it is very evident, and you can see that the resultant R will be equal to F1 minus F2. Clear? So here we finish this parallelogram law of forces. Now resultant of multiple forces. We have studied when two forces are acting, we can use the parallelogram law. But when many forces are acting, say 5, 10, 20, 50, many forces are acting on at any point or on any body, then how to find the resultant? So what we are going to do in this case, first of all, we are going to make our axis system, that is x and y. Okay, so you can mark the axis system anywhere as you wish to. So one direction will become x-axis and the perpendicular direction will become y-axis. Okay, so the perpendicular to it will become y-axis. Okay, x-axis and y-axis. Now what we need to do? Now we will resolve all these forces along this x and y-axis. We are going to resolve all the forces into x and y. This is minus x and this is minus y. So for example, in this case, what is given? A force F1 is acting at point or the origin O. The angle is theta 1. Then F2 making angle theta 2. Then F3 making angle theta 3. And F4 making angle theta 4. So what we are going to do here, we will take the components of all these forces. So what will be the component? Here it is shown that the x component, that is fx, will be what? F1 cos theta 1 plus F2 cos theta 2 plus F3 cos theta 3 plus F4 cos theta 4. Similarly, the perpendicular component will be sin theta. So the perpendicular component, y component, will be, here it is, Fy, that is F1 sin theta 1 plus F2 sin theta 2 plus F3 sin theta 3 plus F4 sin theta 4. Okay, so these x and y components have been taken. So these x and y components are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so what we know, that this is the fx component, which is the sum of all the x component, and this fy component, which is the sum of all the y components. So what will be the resultant of these two forces? We have just seen, if the theta is 90 degree between two forces, then the resultant will be under root of fx square plus fy square. Okay, so what is fx and fy? It is given here. Fx is what? F1 cos theta 1 plus F2 cos theta 2 F3 cos theta 3, and the list goes on up to the number of forces. And what is Fy? F1 sin theta 1, F2 sin theta 2, dot dot dot, up to where all the forces go. Clear? So here, in this way, we can find out the resultant of resultant of multiple forces. That is when more than two forces are acting. In brief, I summarize what we are going to do. We are going to take the components of all the forces along any two direction. Along any two direction, you can take x-axis along any direction, and y-axis will be perpendicular to it. Then you bring the components and you sum the components, and then you find the resultant as under root of fx square plus fy square. Okay, clear to all? So we finish this video here. In next video, we are going to study triangle law of forces and polygon law of forces as well as Lahmid's theorem. Thank you very much. Please like and share this video and do subscribe this channel. Thank you.